do what I do.
If a conspiracy results in some sort of injury or involves a serious threat, penalties can include fines, but also imprisonment and even life sentences. Somebody talk about the L, okay? Especially when the victim suffers bodily injury. So remember, they used to sit outside and hurt black people and wouldn't let them vote. So this is where that came from. It's part of the Civil Rights Act. So just keep that in mind, okay? And again, the original law was used to combat violations of civil rights, particularly in cases involving racial discrimination, intimidation, and these other threats to fundamental rights. So you got somebody trying to run for mayor in a small Mississippi town, and you got folks who are threatening them and beating them up. Whether the federal government can come down and put some people in jail. Okay, those are one of those laws. It's an interference with your rights. Okay, it's a conspiracy to violate what's your protected right. Now, when we look at Letitia James, how does this apply? How does 18 U.S.C. subsection 241 conspiracy against rights apply to the New York Attorney General Letitia James? Well, based on her conduct, the thing that we would need to show is that her actions went beyond the standard prosecutorial conduct and form part of a coordinated attempt to deprive Donald Trump of his constitutional rights. Now, theoretically, okay, and I'm putting this case together for you, so, if it happens, it happens. But again, under 18 U.S.C. subsection 241, two or more individuals conspire to infringe on the rights on a person's rights. And, to me, if Attorney General James, shout out to Tisha Nuor, thank you for becoming a member. If she acted in concert with other officials, political figures, to strategically time her litigation against Trump, this could satisfy that conspiracy. So did she talk to the White House? I believe there's proof out there that Letitia James, Fonnie Willis, and Nathan Wade met with White House officials. You see? I believe she and Alvin Bragg may have had a few conversations. I believe she probably spoke with Jack Smith. Oh, this is all part of the records. You got to sign in and sign out when you go to the White House. These are all public records. The Freedom of Information Act will get you that. So some of the protected rights at stake, the right to fair treatment in the legal proceeding. If Attorney General Letitia James, her legal actions, they could be construed as biased or politically motivated, and that is a violation of Trump's right to impartial legal treatment. She specifically campaigned on putting him in jail or coming for his money. You see? So that in itself is something that needs to be analyzed. More importantly, a person has a right to participate in elections. And Attorney General Letitia James' litigation to interfere with Donald Trump's ability to campaign or participate in the electoral process, that infringed upon his political rights under the First Amendment. Now, what was her intent? For subsection 241 to imply, we would need to have evidence that Letitia James' intent was not merely to pursue justice, but to target Trump in a way that strategically impacted his political standing. Statements that she's made in public, and which there are plenty of them. The timing of the litigation. Why did they wait 4 years or 8 years after this allegedly happened, right before he was set to announce himself to run for president of the United States? So timing of the litigation is something that could be looked at. Any explicit coordination with other political figures, and I'm talking about White House, some of these other lawyers, all of that could illustrate a politically motivated agenda. Now, prosecutors typically have broad discretion in pursuing cases, but the statute could be invoked if it were proven that Letitia James' actions are part of a broader, concerted effort aimed at political interference rather than just the objective of law enforcement. Evidence would need to be required to show that her actions were designed not just for legal ends, but as part of a coordinated effort. And so what I'm saying is, This can be proven. She can't just simply rely on prosecutorial discretion, but a conspiratorial effort to deprive Trump of his right through politically driven action. The allegations would hinge on proving intent, coordination, and improper use of legal authority. And look, the only question I have is who's going to jail? Because if that's all they need to prove, that's just paperwork. Those are just subpoenas and sign-in sheets. That can happen. Now, in the same state, and darn near the same courthouse or across the street, when Letitia James was suing him in state court trying to take that $500 million, you got Alvin Bragg. Alvin Bragg is the district attorney of Manhattan, or district attorney of New York City. Now, it's one thing to try to sue somebody and take their money. It's another thing to try to prosecute somebody and take their freedom. Now, for you guys who don't know, the background is this. Alvin Bragg, as I said, he's not the mayor of everybody who's familiar with New York. You know, you got 5 different boroughs. And correct me if I'm wrong, where my East Coast people at? I think it's Manhattan, it's Long Island, it's Queens, I believe it's Brooklyn. And then is it Staten Island or something like that? Or is it Staten, or is it the Bronx? Is that what it is? Brooklyn, Bronx, Staten Island, not Long Island, Staten Island, Queens, and Manhattan. Is that it? Did I get them all? Did I get all the 5 boroughs? So Alvin Bragg is the district attorney of Manhattan, okay? And he initiated what I think was a highly questionable criminal case against Donald Trump, and it centered on some alleged financial misconduct. The case rests on very tenuous accusations. They call it the hush money case. And Bragg's case hinged on payments allegedly directed by Trump to his adult film actress, Stormy Daniels, during the 2016 campaign. This is 8 years ago. And these payments were purportedly intended to silence her claims of an affair. And Bragg is attempting to frame this as a campaign finance violation. Okay, but let's be honest. Shout out to my man TIQS, man. Yeah, I got that email from you, TIQS, and I'm like, well, I guess I need to talk about it. My man TIQS, he said, thank you for covering this topic, Uncle D. You predicted this a few years ago to leave Trump alone. They poked the bear, and now they may have to deal with the consequences. If you come for the king, you bet not miss. You understand me? If you come for the king, you bet not miss. And these silly black attorneys who have taken over these governmental positions, you got a government job. They could take your job away from you at any moment. You're a government lawyer. Letitia James, Fonnie Willis. And I'm gonna give my man, Your Excellency, so I'm gonna get back to you in a minute. But the bottom line is, I saw this coming because I understand history. I understand how the system works. And I've listened to the great minds in Black America, Brother Malcolm, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, name the rest, Thurgood Marshall, the Honorable Thurgood Marshall, Supreme Court Judge. I listen to all our great leaders, and they all have come. Marcus Mosiah Garvey, read their books. Brother Malcolm, Dr. Martin Luther King. Don't listen to the speech. Read his books. Read his writings when he was in that jail. He's written dozens and dozens of letters explaining who he was. He's saying the same thing. And when you understand how this system works, you can predict these things. But let's get back to it. So it was a hush money trial. They said Donald Trump directed some money to Stormy Daniels to keep her quiet about an affair in some kind of way. That was considered a campaign violation. But campaign violations have to do with federal law, not state law. The bottom line is giving somebody hush money in itself is not illegal. And attempting to spin it as a campaign violation is just weak. Now, Bragg's team claimed that Trump falsified business records by mislabeling these payments as legal expenses, as opposed to calling it a settlement. But he gave it to his lawyer. Look, I mean, it's just all questionable. But the claim hinges on asserting that Trump's intent to commit an underlying crime, which Bragg failed to convincingly demonstrate. So he wasn't able to convince that he committed a crime. It was a flimsy pretense for elevating this to a felony. Bragg, and I'm talking about Alvin Bragg, escalated this to a felony under New York law and alleging intent to commit another crime, but the lack of any solid evidence or any comparable precedent for this approach, it exposed a possible abuse of the legal process. So now Bragg was really stretching the application of the campaign finance laws, and it's unprecedented.
What's up? Welcome to the broadcast. This is Uncle D.
People wash their ass in the tub, Kamala Harris.
You would tune in to Uncle D. D's black man talk. Pull up, homie, take a seat. Don't be a shadow watcher every day. You learn something, then you earn something. And let them know and drop some money in the plate. It's getting cold, ladies, talking ratchet. There's a king here, grab your coat, zip your jacket. Keep quiet for a second, close your jaw. Attorney Spurling, this ain't pearly, know the law. Talking Constitution, pushing pins when he shooting, give him that. Masculinity, just for the record, sprinkle that. You can keep your cat, gotta cut it. Only cat he rubbing, gotta love it. I call it Holly Buddy. Gotta vote your interest, vote and earn. Presidential, this is for the money that I earn. When you gon' learn, my people, that evil mixed with evil. No matter what you're doing, baby, this ain't equal. Sometimes when you're special, you get hated. The test is for the best, you're damn right, my people made it. Uncle D, Blizzard King, you been served, gotta know this now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now. Uncle D, you been served, get your notice now. Black men out here know we winning, gotta hold it now.
Hey man, I'll do what I do.
Somebody need to whip your ass.
Get up and whip him, Sweets.
Hey, don't be putting the money in my hand all rough.
Take your ass out here. You buy you a Flowbee and cut your own damn hair from now on.